The primary security guarantee is the regeneration of the Ukrainian army. The first thing that will protect Ukraine is its own army. And so the entire debate in Geneva these past few days was about not limiting the Ukrainian armed forces. Because Russia's obsession, as was the case in the 2000s, is that Ukraine should not be protected. We want peace, pause, but we do not want a peace that is effectively a capitulation, pause, that is to say, one that places Ukraine in an impossible situation, pause, that gives Russia complete freedom to continue, to advance further, pause, including towards other Europeans, and to put all our security at risk.
Alcohol plan,
Ukrainian situation.
The plan proposed by the United States of America, first, is a step in the right direction, peace. Second, there are elements in this plan that deserved to be discussed, negotiated, and improved. That's why what we're saying is we must have robust security guarantees for Ukraine and for us Europeans.
In concrete terms, these safeguards today must.
The primary security guarantee is the regeneration of the Ukrainian army. The first thing that will protect Ukraine is its own army. And so the entire debate in Geneva these past few days was about not limiting the Ukrainian armed forces. Because Russia's obsession, as was the case in the 2000s, is that Ukraine should not be protected. Over the big risk, and this is what we must understand. If we are weak in Ukraine, if we say it's no longer our problem, deep down, they are very far away, which some people think we're going to abandon Ukraine. On that day, you give a signal of weakness. The day you give a signal of weakness to Russia, which deep down for 10 years has made a strategic choice to become an imperial power once more, that is to advance wherever it finds weakness. It will continue to advance. The first thing that will protect Ukraine is its own army. And so all the debate in Geneva these past few days was about not limiting the Ukrainian armed forces. Because Russia's obsession, and this was true in the Istanbul negotiations in spring 2022, is to say you must have an army that does not exceed 50,000-60,000 men. Here, we must not give it limits. And so the primary security guarantee for Ukrainians and for us is this robust army. So what do? We manage its training, its equipment, its ability to deploy over the coming months and years. The second aspect, the second line, that's what we refer to as the reassurance forces. This means that far from the front line itself, we never planned to be on the front line, as we are not responsible for such operations. But in fallback locations like Kyiv or Odessa, to give an example, these things are carefully planned. They also have a confidential component. It's much more sophisticated. We establish reassurance forces, that is to say,
with French and European soldiers?
They are British, French and Turkish soldiers who, on the day that peace is signed, so not within a context of war, are present there to conduct training and to carry out security operations, just as we are doing in certain countries along the eastern flank of NATO. It's a different case, not NATO, but an intergovernmental coalition. We have about 20 countries that have already said what they are prepared to do actively, whether in the air, on land, or at sea. For example, to demystify things and be very technical, we'll create an aerial reassurance force. It won't necessarily be based in Ukraine. It could be based in neighboring countries, that's the plan, but with operations in conjunction with the Ukrainian Air Force to secure its airspace.